You can imagine right now how the smallest thought can ripple outward, how a pebble dropped into water becomes a wave touching every shore, and how your imagination works the same way. Because when you trust it, when you plant the seed, you're not just changing your life, you're changing your children's lives, your friends' lives, strangers you'll never meet. Every idea you bring into form becomes part of the human landscape. Think of planes. Imagine if the Wright brothers had laughed at their own sketches and said, "We just made it up. Must be wrong." You wouldn't have travelled the world. Lovers wouldn't have met. Cultures wouldn't have cross-pollinated. Think of electricity. Imagine if Edison, Tesla, Franklin had thought, "It's just fantasy." You'd still be in the dark. No lights, no internet, no hospitals as we know them. Now chunk it up. Your ideas don't just belong to you. They're threads in the tapestry of civilization. If you don't act, your imagination shrivels. Your heart grows heavy with what if. Your life becomes grey, repeating other people's blueprints. On your deathbed, you feel the ache of unborn worlds. If you do act, you light sparks in other people's minds. You open futures for generations. You feel alive, purposeful, magnetic. You become the ancestor who left behind forests instead of ashes. There were two inventors. One imagined a flying machine, but laughed it off. He died forgotten. The other also imagined a flying machine. And though people mocked him, he persisted. Today, children stare in wonder at planes in the sky, never knowing his name, but living in his legacy. Which one do you become? Your unconscious already knows. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. MRI scans prove it. Visualizing fires the same neural circuits as doing. That's how athletes practice shots in their mind and win championships. That's how musicians rehearse without instruments, and they perform flawlessly. This is karma, cause and effect. What you rehearse inside becomes what you create outside. Not imagining, it's starving the system. Imagining vividly, it's wiring your nervous system for that reality. And as you notice this now, you can allow yourself to remember that every time you ever trusted a wild idea, something shifted. You may not have realized it then, but even small acts of belief open new doors. And you can trust now. The same process happens again and again and again, because your unconscious already knows how to take imagination seriously. It's been doing it all along. And isn't it hilarious that people call imagination fake? While sitting on chairs, there used to be fantasies. Scrolling on phones, there used to be science fiction. Living in houses, once considered impossible. So the next time that little critic in your head says, "It's just made up," you'll laugh. You'll snap your fingers. You'll say, "Yeah, so was fucking electricity until it wasn't." And you'll feel the rush of freedom. Because here's the truth your unconscious is now installing. Imagination. It's the reality of the future. My ideas, they're like seeds. I can trust them. I nurture them. I release them. I'm the creator, a builder, a shaper of worlds. I already do this unconsciously. Now I do it consciously. So picture yourself 10 years from now. One version of you sits there. Same doubts, same excuses, surrounded by ghosts of ideas never born. Another version of you stands tall, surrounded by creations, opportunities, people grateful for your courage. And as you feel which one is true, You already know the path that you're choosing. Because the unconscious learns fastest by stories. And you're writing your own story now. Imagination isn't fake. It's the factory of futures. It's not daydreaming. It's blueprinting. So trust your visions. Plant your seeds. Tend your garden. Because the cost of not acting is regret. And the reward of acting is legacy. And the more you let this sink in now, the more natural it becomes tomorrow, the next day, and the next, until you look around and realise you're living in the world you once imagined.